It's interesting. So I really don't know if there were pointers to the pitch, if you gave them a template to work with. But on a daily basis, my job is to listen to entrepreneurs. Like 80% of my time is spent listening to entrepreneurs all across the world. So every week, I talk to an average of 20 to 30 entrepreneurs, people trying to pitch us for investment, both within Nigeria, outside of Nigeria, outside the continent. So that's basically what I do. So I'm in a good position to give you feedback as to what I look for when people are trying to pitch me. So I'm just going to, unfortunately, I can't remember what exactly some of us do, but I can remember I know you talked about food. I'm just going to give you quick feedback. So the first thing is, I noticed that almost all through the pitch, so for a 2-minute pitch, again, that's why I said I don't know what the speech is, what the goal of the pitch was, but typically when people are pitching to me, they're trying to pitch me to invest in their companies. So I'm going to give you feedback based on that. And I might be wrong again because that might not be the goal of the speech, but just be to inform people of your product or services. But typically when people pitch me about investment in 2 minutes, what I want to hear is this. I want to hear why this is an important problem, why I should care about this problem. I want to hear why your solution is fundamentally better than what exists out there. I want to hear how far you have gone. That's traction. How much progress have you made with this idea? How much are you making? How many people are using your product? And the fourth thing is, I want to know what unique insights do you have into this market? Like, what do you know differently? So typically, when people come to meet me and say, and because almost any idea you pitch, I've had people doing the idea. There's almost no idea you tell me that somebody have not pitched me the idea. So in my mind, what I'm trying to understand is, why should I invest in this guy and not the other guy that pitched me the idea? What does this guy know that is different from what that other guy knows, which is like unique insights into the market? So having said that, my feedback for you is, you don't mention heart attack and children in the same sentence. You said your food is ideal for children, yet it can cure heart attack, right? And in my mind, I'm like, why would I give a food for heart attack to a child, right? So you want to figure out what exactly, and typically people say everybody can use your product. Maybe, but you need to have like a core market. Who is this product built for? Is it built for children? Everybody can drink Golden Mon, but we know that primarily Golden Mon is for kids, right? And when they advertise Golden Mon, usually they advertise it for kids, but I drink Golden Mon a lot, right? So you want to identify that. And the second thing is, you want to talk about how much, and I have several complaints, right? And almost different people I know that have solar panels or solar installations have different problems. So what I want to know is, why is this fundamentally better than every other person? Like, there's so many solar installation companies out there. Like, my typical thesis is that when you're building a product, at least you should make it fundamentally, I usually say 10 times better, but at times that's almost impossible. But like, there should be like something different about what you're doing. And that difference shouldn't be marginal. Why should it be marginal is because if it's marginal, people can easily copy what you're doing. So like, what is fundamentally different? So I'll give an instance. MTN Lumos, the difference is that it's cheap solar installation, which is almost anybody can afford it, and they can pay 200 naira a day to access electricity, right? That's a value proposition. That can be easily replicable, right? So what exactly is different about what you're doing? The second thing, you also want to talk about how much progress have you made? I mean, alternative energy is like a big deal now. Everybody's talking about how do we generate alternative energy. We, for instance, we have been looking for an energy company to invest in, but we're very careful. So people, I mean, we tweeted about this and people pitched us, but almost everybody was saying the same thing. Solar installation. We couldn't see anything fundamentally different. When it comes to energy, there are two companies I admire in Nigeria, Lumos and, No, not NextGen. There's a company in Lagos. I'll try and remember their name. They just raised $1.5 million, and they're doing something really cool. They don't even charge you for installation. You pay over like a 3-year period as a subscription. So, I mean, you need to know like what is different about what I'm doing as opposed to what other people are doing. The third thing, which is the Gary, I don't know if you are for profit or non for profit. Which are you? Are you for profit or non for profit? Yeah. It's an NGO. Okay, so if I get, am I taking time? Okay. So one thing I liked about your pitch was that you told a story. And again, this is interesting. Like, I need to identify with what you're trying to do. She told the story of all the women that suffer and don't have access to some of these things. And again, what they're doing, they can give them source to employment, to self-sustainability. But again, what I don't see is how this can become big, how you can improve it, and how you can be able to empower maybe 1 million women across the Southwest or Southeast. Maybe that's in the work somewhere. But again, you need to be able to communicate that. For the shoe person, it's great to clone other people's products, right? Which is, you're a Gucci for Nigeria, but at some point you want to take on your own identity. And the question you need to ask yourself again is, what's going to make you fundamentally different? And the second thing is, about people are already making Gucci for Nigeria and doing all these things you're doing. Why are you better than people in Aba? You need to be able to clarify that. And again, you need to be able to tell me about how much progress have you made. Have you sold 10,000 shoes? Have you sold 1,000 shoes? How are you selling shoes? And what's the growth plan for that? For the language person, it sounds good. But again, I didn't see the business in what you were saying. Maybe there's a business somewhere, but you didn't make it clear. And for the cake lady, you ask yourself a pretty interesting question, which is, everybody's doing cake. Why is yours fundamentally different? And why yours is fundamentally different is not the design. Because in Lagos, like by my house, at least there are like four proper confectionery stores, like not like lots of them, right? And they make like really, really beautiful cakes, pastries and really nice stuff, brownies. Why are you going to be different from all those persons? Like, you need to really sit down and figure, and at times it might not be your product. It might just be your process is better. It might be that you're able to make it faster. So at times, innovation doesn't necessarily mean product innovation. It could be a business model innovation. It could be an operational innovation. It could be that you're able to, where it takes them 1 hour to produce 3 cakes, you're able to do that. You're going to do that in about 10 minutes. So at times, it's just like your operations, based on this and this, you can optimize your operations and, yeah.
Thank you so much, that Ventures platform. Can we have you, African founders?
Hello. All right. So I'm just going to focus on. I'm going to advise on how you can make your ideas a little bit better. All right. So just not going to. I think it's already done justice to when you need to pitch your idea, the things that an investor will actually look out for. But how you can make these ideas a little bit better. Okay. Let me start with the guy from the gluten-free flour wheat mix and all that. So I think one of the things you need to do is, one of the things that's missing for everybody right now is that I don't see the quality of research that you guys have done so far. It's not evident in the things you're talking about. So you really do need to do very wide research about your business. A lot of things are not hidden. They are available for you online. They are available with people. You really need to ask questions and do a lot of research. There's no way you can succeed in business without finding out. Now, one of the mistakes we all make is you try to duplicate a solution that's already existing. Now, when you are trying to do that, then you're bound to fail because you're trying to make the mistake that other people have made. So if you're going to piggyback on their success, then you need to find out what they have done, how they did it, and then go from there so you don't make and duplicate the same errors that they have. So for the guy that is doing the, there is obviously, there's no sample of your product here. We can't say it. I don't know how it looks like and all that. But based on what you've said, I'm going to say that now, one of the first things about food, especially when it's a processed food material, is branding is very, very critical. Secondly is, do you have a NAFDAC? Have you registered with NAFDAC? Huh? You are still in the process. So it's not a product that anybody would want to invest in. It's a processed food product. If it doesn't have a NAFDAC registration, what are we doing with it at all? We should not be talking about. So go and register NAFDAC first. Get the proper registration. Make sure that it is already, you understand, accredited and certified before you now begin to go out. Now the business part of it, you really need to understand how to scale it. You should test it. You are making a lot of claims. I mean, and as good as they may seem, because it has no certification, I can't believe you. I can't take your word for it. Even if you say it cures cancer, it can cure cancer, but it needs to be certified by a body for us to believe that everything you claim it does, it actually does it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you really need to work on that. That is much more important before you try to put yourself or push money into the business. Find out, make sure that your product is certified first. For the solar person, now solar is something that everybody uses, everybody needs. But the reality of solar is that solar is still very expensive to buy. So as good as it is, as much as we all need solar, people can now afford to buy solar. So you really need to come up with a solution that can make solar affordable for people. So if you, like what Lumos is doing right now is that they are allowing people to pay in bits and bits for it. Not, and really not, at the end of the day, you realize that if you buy Lumos, apologies to anybody who is selling Lumos or anything, you pay too much for it at the end of the day. Because you pay for the next 5 years and you pay a certain amount of money, and it's just like that. It's really not worth it as far as I'm concerned. But at the end of the day, that's the only way they can get people to use it. So you can find a way in which you can create a product around it that people would really, really, really need. So that's going to require a lot of thinking, it requires a lot of out-of-the-box thinking, a lot of research to find out what you really, really can do. And that's how to go forward with that. I think the next person is the guy with the sign language, I think, yeah. So the sign language person, no, Gary. I think it's the Gary. So Gary for export is something that a lot of people are doing already. So it's not like it's new or it's something that is unique. So if you want to do it, there's nothing that says you cannot go into that business. So if you want to do it, go to the National Export Council, and go find out what they need, what they do, and all that. There are certain standards that your Gari needs to meet for you to be able to export it, for you to mix export. So go find out all those things and make sure that you adhere to those standards, and that's how you can export your Gari and all that. You can scale it. You can make sure that Gari has water content. Make sure that you look at the water content and all that. So all those things are measurable. So find out, once you dot your I's and you cross your T's, your business can actually go from there. At least that's the most important thing about that. The sign language guy, yes, even though there was no business part in everything you said, but one of the things you can do is this. Once you have an idea, and it's not every idea that you want to go to the market with or run with in the market, you should test it. Do people like it? So do small videos, do short videos, put them on social media, put them on, and begin to teach people sign language. If you see the response of people, if they like it, if they share it, if they do it, all those things will let you know that people want what you want to do, and then you cannot begin to think about packaging as a business. But don't just call yourself a CEO of something without having started anything that can be tested or pushed out there, okay? So go test your idea. If your idea is not validated, it is not useful for anybody, all right? So, shoe person. Like I said, it's good to clone other people's ideas, but after a while, you have to be able to push yourself out there. Guess what? Shoes, fashion items don't go out of fashion. They are always needed. It's actually a basic need. It's under the the Maslow's hierarchy of, So people who really want to wear shoes. Now, one of the things you have to find out is this: why would people want to wear your shoe? What is different about what you are producing and all that? Why do I want to wear a clone of Gucci when I can buy Gucci? You understand? Gucci is aspirational for me. Even if I cannot afford it, I long to the day I can be able to buy it. But you're providing me a clone of it that people are going to know it's a clone of it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's not really doing a lot. So you can do yourself a lot of good by branding it with your own name. But secondly, there is also a business called fashion. It's not just about the products you make. I think you already have something that you can really stick with, which is the training. The training that you are doing for adults and for kids, stick with that. Teach people how to make these things. Begin to do that. You can turn that into a very viable business. Besides the making of the shoe, I'm not saying stop making the shoes. I'm just saying that you can turn that into a really viable business. You can start a vocational center where you can teach adults and young people and children how to make those things that you're making. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So if you stick with that, you can get enough money to set yourself up for what you want to do. And for the person who does cake, now, making cakes, like I said, everybody elsewhere, almost in this room now, if we tell everybody that bakes cake or sells cakes to raise up their hands, you'll be shocked at how many people here already do cakes. So what are you doing that is different? What is special about your cakes and all that? It's not just enough to say I want to make cakes. You have to you have to segment your customers. Look at a niche and hone in on that niche. If you're not niche based, you cannot sell. So what you are doing is, if you are doing just children cakes, if you are doing just celebratory cakes, you need to find something and focus on that. If you focus on that, then you cannot begin to build that niche. Now, when you exhaust that, you cannot begin to expand into that. But don't just say I'm making cakes, I like making cakes, and your passion is visible, but it will not turn into money for you. What you need to do is you need to niche down, find what is really viable, focus on that, build that, begin to grow with that, and then you can expand into more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, African Founders. I encourage you to please talk generally so we can keep to time. All right, budget.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, my name is Nii, and I represent Budget. Budget is a non-governmental organization. We use technology for civic engagement and government accountability. Work we do revolves around simplifying government budgets into infographics for the common man to be able to relate with it. So if there are projects, for instance, that are captured in the budget, what we do is we create infographics around that. We go to the communities, we tell them that these are the things that are provided for in the budget, and we try to engage them so that they understand what they're entitled to in the budget. Sometimes we also engage with the government officials themselves. We send letters to House of Rep members, senators, and all of that, and they reply us when we want to know what's the status of so-and-so projects, so-and-so what is captured in the budget. We do real-time project tracking. Now, from all I've heard, I would like to talk from the NGO space, because I heard something about NGO. And I know there are a number of persons that might be interested in starting an NGO, or you want to take your NGO to the next level. At Budget, we've been privileged to secure quite a number of grants from different donors. We are basically donor funded. We have a number of international donors. Now, so I will just touch on some points on how you can build an NGO and how you can take your NGO to the next level. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is you have to be authentic. That's the first thing. You have to be authentic. You have to be real. A lot of people think that NGO now is the new oil. So it's no longer NGOs. You now have NGIs, non-governmental individuals. You know. So what they do is they just go to a place, they take pictures, they post it online, and then they want to secure grants. At the end of the day, you discover that you build your organization on a very wrong foundation, which is going to backfire at the end of the day. So it's just like when you sell a product. You cannot sell a bad product twice. Am I right? Yes. So you can sell it the first time, deceive and con people into buying it, but you cannot do that the second time. So that's why if you want to create an NGO, be authentic. What problem are you looking to solve? What do you want to achieve in society? So she, for instance, she's trying to help rural women to be able to be self-reliant and to be empowered. So that's a need. So you have to identify a need, and you have to be very authentic. Then number two is you have to tell a story. You have to tell a story. It's very, very important. Every little thing you do, even at the beginner stage of the organization, you have to document them. One of the issues we have, especially in this part of the world, is that we lack proper documentation. We lack proper historical documentation. So from day one of your NGO, take pictures. No matter what you do, just take pictures, build a story. Storytelling is very key in the NGO space. So whatever you do, make sure that you have an archive where you document all those things, because at the end of the day, that's what is going to speak for you. Number three, carve a niche for yourself. Carve a niche for yourself. Some organization, for us at Budget, we have a niche. We're into advocacy, civic engagement. So anytime you mention advocacy, civic engagement, Budget comes to your mind. There are a number of people that they go into the NGO space. Today, if it is Ebola, they say they are into Ebola. If it is HIV, they're into HIV. If it is elections, they're into elections. At the end of the day, you lose your brand. And at the end of the day, you might discover that you don't have an identity. You suffer from identity crisis. So there are some people that when you mention their names, a particular thing comes to mind. Am I right? So that tells you that they've built a brand over time. So if you are going into the NGO space, you must ensure that you carve a niche for yourself. Build a brand. Let people know you for something. Even if what you are doing, it's not what is in vogue at that time. Eventually, things will turn around, and it will eventually get to your turn. So it's very, very important. And then leverage technology. Leverage technology. Make noise on social media. Budget grew by leveraging technology, and it's coincidental that we are in a tech summit. So you have to be on Facebook, you have to be on Twitter, you have to make a lot of noise. push your NGO in people's faces. I mean, Facebook as a community is bigger than many nations combined. So you have a lot of people out there that can help you build your NGO. So make some noise, make a lot of noise. It doesn't matter whether you post today, nobody likes your picture, nobody likes what you're doing, but just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. One day it's going to speak for you. And then another thing is own your skills. Own your skills. There is a language in the NGO space that you have to understand. There's a way proposals are written. There's a way grants are written. There's a way Ford Foundation will want you to write a proposal. There's a way Osiwa will want you to write a proposal. There's a way Faith Foundation will want you to write a proposal. So you must understand the language of the NGO space. A lot of people say, I've been sending proposals, requesting for grants. I don't get any response. It's because maybe you are not doing something right. So learn the language of the NGO space. Go for trainings. Go for grant proposal writing trainings and all of that. Then finally, network. It gets to a point that it's not your skills. Your skills can only take you this far. It's your relationships that will take you very far. So it's very important that you network within the industry. Know the big players. Know the people who are making things happen. Learn, and you see yourself moving to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Budget. Neo Skills, can we have you say something shortly?
Hello, everyone. Shoyolale is my name. I'm from NeoSkill Consulting Limited. At NeoSkill, to simply put, we apply technology to daily lives. What does that really mean? It means whatever you do, we can help you apply technology. Now, I'm going to start by encouraging them by looking at the way they can apply technology. And we've been able to apply technology to health. We've been able to apply technology to church. We've been able to apply technology to businesses. And I'm going to be taking it one after the other. To start with, the guy selling drugs. The point is this, well, fruit meal, okay, all right. Yeah, if you look at it from the area, let's say, for example, right, you have the property on grant. For example, right now, you have your business plan, you have partners, you have money, you have everything on grant, and you want to use technology. Like I will try to explain this. Technology is an enabler, and it will help you take your business to the next level. To do that, you mentioned two audiences, the elderly people and the children. The point is that you ask yourself, how do I get my product across to them by using technology? Now, for example, you can go to school right there. You can provide them with, things, visual things that can make them recognize your brand, and through that, you can introduce your product to them. Elderly people, something happened recently. I don't know, well, in Lagos, they use BRT bus. And one day I was thinking about it, like, instead of selling diabetic drugs on the road and all that, why can't they do the advert inside the bus? That's innovative. It simply means that people will get to see your brand and people can buy your product. So let's say, for example, you have your business branded right now and you want to use technology. What you need to do, you find out about your audience and you use technology to reach out to them. Then let me speak about the person that also baking cake. Like my partner, my colleagues have already said, everybody is baking cake, but the point is, how do I make it innovative? How do I apply innovation to it? How do I apply technology to it? You can deliver cake anywhere in Nigeria. What about, okay, I don't want to deliver, I want to use another technology to achieve that. Somebody was using augmented reality as an example here this morning. You can use augmented reality. You can advise your customer to use augmented reality, order for the cake that they want, and they share with you. You can do great things with technology. You can go online. I mean, I used to say this. People have been coming to the stand to ask, how can we apply e-commerce? How can we use e-commerce? And like, the truth is this, social media is the entry point. If you are selling any product here, it's the entry point. People is your people that will buy, and your people will share their experience with other people that you know. So for example, right now, you need to bake cake for people that you know. You know, your parents are your angel investors. They will invest in your business. Then you take it up from there. The guy in solar industry is a fantastic idea. I like that. I encourage local guys that go into production, such as, they are capital intensive production. And the truth is this, how can you use technology? How can you use e-commerce to deliver those products? You are in Ibadan here and you want to sell that product to somebody in Ado Ekiti. How can the person access your product? You can go online, like I said, social media is the first stage. you know, you put all those things on the internet, you encourage other people to share it, then it gets to where you have not been, and people will, from there, they will patronize you. So what you do is sign up, use all these solutions that they've talked about. You can go online and use Shopify for that. You can set up a Shopify account for that, and through that, people will patronize you. Do you get? Then the next one, the guy that is doing shoes. Well, I met one guy yesterday. He came around and he shared with me. He said what he's doing is he makes those sandals, shoes. You know, he was discussing me, and I told him, I said, the point is this, I wouldn't advise you to go on e-commerce now. Social media is the entry point. Take a picture of this product, share on the internet, and let people will get across to you. The woman selling Gary for export, fantastic idea. I don't know why your Gary is different from any other Gary. You understand right now? If it is different, is what? Okay, all right. So you can put this on, you know, on social media. You can packaging is it, and that's the truth. If you package it very well, people will reach out to you through technology. So I will advise you to put some of these things on social media. Then you can now scale, you know, because the point is this: it's costly to set up e-commerce, you know, e-commerce solution, because you have to buy payment engine. Thank God for Paystack. You can do that without even having an account. But the point is this: to set up a website or to set up an e-commerce account, somebody will be billing you like 60,000, 50,000 naira. But you don't have to do that. Just go on social media and start and be consistent. That is it. See, if you're on social media, if you're not consistent, you can't really make money. You need to regularly make money. That's like what he said. You have to be putting your product before people, and you must be consistent. That is the only way you can get results. That is the only way you can get more businesses. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please put your hands together for all of them as they go back to their seat. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, quickly, I'd like to announce this. I'd like you to please make sure you follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Summit Expo NG. Make sure you follow us. Thank you so much. All right, straight up, it's time for raffle draw once again. And you won't go yet. You help us pick it up. Someone is clapping. You can clap now. Who knows, maybe you win what you want to win. In fact, if you make me angry, I'll give you a brand new Toyota Kaki Yoda. If you get me annoyed. All right, let's have a pick one each. We're about to have lucky winners right now. If you believe you're going to win, let me see your hands up. You believe you're going to win something? Let me see your hands up. Okay, don't forget tomorrow we're having the grand finale of the raffle draw, and of course the expo tomorrow. Yes. What? I should pick your number. You pray to God. You pray to God so we can pick your number. You pray to God. Okay, we have 10 already. All right, this is 68, number 68. 68. Number 68. Going. Number 68. Going. My brother, run like a winner. Put your hands together if you want to clap. Can we confirm, please? To avoid, for security reasons. I'm glad to tell you, you've won yourself. Is it correct? All right, you've won yourself a brand new flash drive with other branded items from Safe Complex. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. Flash drive and of course, other branded material from Safe Complex. Thank you so much. All right, number 567. 567. 567. 567. Going. Please confirm it. Please confirm it. 567. All right, my brother, do you travel well? How well do you travel?
Southeast. I just in Nigeria.
Just in Nigeria. But it's a pity you can't take a bus outside Nigeria. Or you want to take a bus to London. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've won yourself a bus for 16K for 10 hours instead of 20K. Courtesy Alaka bus. A round of applause, please. My brother, you go Waka Nigeria tire. 10 hours. Even if you don't get where they go, you go to Waka. It's a must. From here to Challenge, you can go 30 times. On a journey, make I give away to 4K. Make I give a 4K balance. All right. Number 326, 326, 326. Going. 326, 326. Going. 326. Okay. Three, 2, 6. Where's she? Okay. Please confirm it. 3, 2, 6. Confirm it. Three, 2, 6. Alright, you've won yourself. I should pick what? You've won yourself a domain name at .com.ng. You've won yourself a domain name at .com.ng. The next number 436, 436, 436. Going. 436, 436. Going. I wish that this one would go. Because waiting the person will shop, Gone. All right, number 2, please. That one don't go. 242. Number 242. 242. Bros, run like a winner. That you're running, it be like saying a boss, you go win. 242. 242. Okay, you've won yourself a shoe. Coffee, why not shoes? Hey, go change them for the office. But bros, come. Which size? Make I see the shoe, self. More test them. Bros, come. Make I see the shoe. Bros, come. Where am I with you? Where am I with you? Where am? No offer again, just go like that. Come on, the second one, where and they go, put your shoe for pocket. Congratulations. That's courtesy why not shoes. This shoe where they wear safe now, why not do them? Alright. 363. 363. 363. Going. 363. Gone. This is unique. Number 9. 9. Number 9. Going. Number 9. Confirm it. That means she must have come early enough. It was shuffled. Okay. Is that your age, Abby? Confirmed. All right, you've won yourself a domain name. You've won yourself a domain name on .com.ng. Number 243. 243. 243. Come. Going. 243. Confirm it. Confirm it. 243. Confirmed. My brother, congratulations. You've won yourself a bus of 60K of 10 hours instead of 20K to any destination you want. Please put your hands together for Alakowe bus. My brother, you will travel. When you were leaving the house, your wife told you, my dear, you will go places. From this bus, my brother, you definitely go places. It's so sure. So sure. They should give him balance. The balance that he goes and go another place. All right, this is number 801. 801. 801. 801. Going. 801. Okay, congratulations. Confirm it first. The way you are walking, I will give you a bus. Confirm, Dabi. All right. Okay, let me see. All right, you've won yourself a domain name on name.ng. Name.ng. Congratulations. Name.ng. Okay, 838. 838. 838. Going. 838. Please confirm. Confirm. All right, you've won yourself. Shoe, courtesy, why not? Oh, a shirt, courtesy, why not? Why not shirt? Thank you so much. All right, is that all? Ladies and gentlemen, that will be all for now. We wait for tomorrow for the grand finale of the raffle draw tomorrow. But right now, we're going straight to the next class, and this is going to be from 4 to 5. How to choose a product to sell. That will be at the Garden Hall, just right behind us here. And of course, the second class, the fundamentals of operation and fulfillment. That will be at the upper room. And of course, ways to use technology to turn your marketing team. That will be here at the Great Hall. Please a round of applause for our panelists as they return to their seats. Please put your hands together for them once again. So, classes for 4 to 5, how to choose a product to sell, Garden Hall. The fundamentals of operation and fulfillment, the upper room. Ways to use technology to turn your marketing team at the Great Hall. And of course, 5 to 6 classes, we're going to be having a successful social media and digital marketing techniques. That will be here at the Great Hall. And of course, customer acquisition at the Garden Hall. And of course, social